Nissim Ezekiel was an Indian Jewish poet, actor, playwright, editor, and art critic. He was born in Bombay in 1924. He attended Wilson College in Mumbai and received a BA in literature. He was widely considered as the father of Indian English poetry and had a long career of more than 40 years, during which he drastically influenced the literary scene in India. Ezekiel died in 2004 after a long battle against Alzheimer's disease. Night of the Scorpion is a well known poem of Ezekiel, which was published in his book The Exact Name in 1965. It is a narrative poem written in very simple English. In the poem, the speaker narrates to us how his mother was stung by a poisonous scorpion one rainy night. The news of the scorpion spread like wildfire in the little village, so all the neighbors, peasants, and friends in the small village came to the house of the speaker in hope of helping his mother. The poem very clearly reveals the superstitious beliefs of the villagers, and the mother in the poem portrays a mother's selfless love towards her children. I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. The speaker here recalls of the night his mother was stung by a scorpion. Now, how did the scorpion enter the house? He said, it was raining continuously for 10 long hours. So, because the ground was wet, the scorpion entered the house of the speaker to seek for shelter. Okay, since the surrounding area was wet, the scorpion entered into the house of the speaker for shelter. In most Indian villages, they don't usually have electricity. So, in the dark, the speaker's mother was stung by the scorpion that was hiding behind a sack of rice. Parting with his poison, flash of diabolic tail in the dark room, he risked the rain again. Parting with his poison here means the scorpion left the poison in the body of the mother, and quickly, like a devil, it escaped in the rain again. The peasants came like swarms of flies and buzzed the name of God 100 times to paralyze the evil one. So after the mother was stung, all the neighbors and peasants, here peasants are farmers, okay, they came like swarms of flies. There were so many of them, so the poet has compared them to swarms of flies. They prayed and called upon God 100 times. Yeah, 100 times simply means over and over again. They prayed so hard to kill the poison. Now, can you imagine the noise and crowd in the small little hut that rainy night? It was not only the rain that was making noise, but it was the noise of the peasants praying and chanting. The poet has compared the noise to the buzzing of the flies. With candles and with lanterns, throwing giant scorpion shadows on the mud baked walls, they searched for him. He was not found. Now they started searching for the scorpion with candles and lanterns. Just imagine these people searching for the little scorpion using candles and lanterns. Some of them imagined seeing the shadow of the scorpion on the mud baked walls. But it was of no use. The scorpion was nowhere to be found because, remember, it had sneaked out of the house right after it stung the mother. They clicked their tongues. With every movement that the scorpion made, his poison moved in the mother's blood, they said. So the farmers and the neighbors were very worried. They said, every time the scorpion moved, it will affect the mother by spreading the poison in her blood. May he sit still, they said. May the sins of your previous birth be burnt away tonight, they said. May your suffering decrease the misfortunes of your next birth, they said. May the sum of all evil, balanced in this unreal world against the sum of good, become diminished by your pain. Here the peasants wished that the scorpion will stop moving, because every move that the scorpion makes affects the mother. They were very superstitious in their beliefs, and this can be proved in these lines when they said to the mother that the poison will burn away the sins of her previous birth and decrease the suffering of her next life. They prayed that all the pain that she is suffering will reduce the evil in this world. So they were trying their best to comfort her because there was nothing much they could do. May the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition, they said, and they sat around on the floor with my mother in the center, the piece of understanding on each face. They also wished that the poison will act like a cleansing agent or a medicine to purify her evil desires or evil thoughts and ambition. So they all sat around on the floor with the mother in the center. Their prayers were of no use. The pain was terrible. This could be seen in the eyes of the mother. The peasants looked at each other with an expression of understanding. They were feeling very sorry for the woman, but there was nothing much they could do. More candles, more lanterns, more neighbors, more insects, and the endless rain. Amidst the endless rain, more people, friends, and neighbors came to the house with candles and lanterns, which attracted lots of insects. So the house must be very crowded and filled with insects because of the candles and lanterns that they brought. My mother twisted through and through, groaning on the mat. So the speaker said that his mother twisted left and right, groaning in pain on the mat. My father, skeptic, rationalist, trying every curse and blessing, powder, mixture, herb, and hybrid. He even poured a little paraffin upon the bitten toe and put a match to it. I watched the flame feeding on my mother. The father of the speaker was skeptic about prayers. He did not have faith in the chanting and prayers the peasants were making. So he did all he could by himself to remove the poison from the body. He tried several powder, mixture, herb, and hybrid. He even poured some paraffin or some kerosene upon the mother's toe and burned it to remove the poison. I watched the holy man perform his rites to tame the poison with an incantation. After 20 hours, it lost its sting. A holy man or a priest was also there to tame the poison with some kind of magic. But that was also of no use. To their relief, the poison was gone from the mother's body after 20 hours. My mother only said, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." At the end of the poem, the mother thanks God because the scorpion has bitten her and not her children. All this while she was only worried of the well-being of her children. She has portrayed a typical self-sacrificing maternal love.